Are we live?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
We live?
Yes.
Okay, so I ain't gonna curse.
Make sure the camera is right. Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? Hold up. Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? Bro, you man. Queens native.
Queens native, man.
Queens native.
We go way.
Professional basketball player. 12-year career.
Yeah, still going, bro.
Still going. So, I guess I'm gonna start at the beginning. Born in St. Louis. Grew up in Queens. I mean, I know you bounced around a little bit. But
Yeah.
I gotta ask you, bro. Where did your passion come from?
It was how much fun we had. You know, like we weren't in the highest league, but we had for like every game was.
Let me make sure the camera's right. Let me make sure the camera's tight. Are we live? Hold up. Let me make sure it's right. Let me make sure it's tight. Are we live? Oh yeah. Big Fling, CO here. Back at it again, y'all. Back at it again. Are we live? Episode 37, y'all. Are we live? Episode 37. I want to thank y'all so much for joining me as I bring y'all the newest edition of Are We Live. If y'all in the house, like, share, comment, save this episode once I post it, y'all. Save this episode once I post it. If you in the house today with me today, throw a little scream emoji in the comments. Let me know you rocking with me today. Let me know you in the house. I appreciate y'all so much for joining me. Hope everybody's having a blessed week. We have a great show ahead today. I've been looking forward to this for some time now. I do want to stop and say thank you to Mr. Kevin Hamilton for stopping through last episode and really rocking with us and bringing his story. He was amazing. But without further ado, let me just throw in here who's going to be joining us today. If you don't know who you're looking at a former NBA player, Queens native. I consider this guy a friend as well. So we're going to get Charles Jenkins in the house with us in just 1 second. Looks like this brother's in the house, so I'm going to send him an invite.
I don't even know how to do the live shit. Oh, my fault. Yeah, you can hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
It's good, yeah. What up?
Charles, what's good, bro?
I tell you to call me in real life, though. You heard?
Huh?
I tell you to call me in real life.
You did. But this is how we rock. This is how we rock.
No, that's a bet.
We can rock?
Yeah.
My man. Thanks, brother. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you for doing this, man, for real.
Yeah, it's all good. You my guy, you know that?
Yeah, already. So give me a moment. Let me introduce you the right way, brother. I like to, as you've been following, I like to give y'all flowers, man. Y'all awesome. Y'all left a mark on the game of basketball, so I just want to show y'all some love, man. If you don't know who you're looking at right now on the screen, this brother comes, another brother from Queens. We gonna take you from Brooklyn. You born in Brooklyn, but we got you, bro. We got you. You're Queens native, man. Started at Springfield High School. Amazing player at Hofstra. In my humble estimation, I think he's arguably the best player in Hofstra school history. 2011, 44th overall pick in the NBA draft. Please help me welcome to the show, Mr. Charles Jenkins.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that, but I can't even say, you can't even argue that, man. Speedy is the house Hofstra built, man. He just let me live there for 4 years.
Okay. I could rock with that, but like I said, in my humble estimation, you my guy. So I'm
Appreciate that, though.
Yeah. I'm gonna jump right in, bro. I always I feel like you've been playing ball like since you was born, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just been doing this for so long. But when's the first time you picked up the rock? When's the first time you fell in love with this game that you've been playing all your life, man?
From my older brother and my pops. I mean, like, from being young, all my toys was basketball stuff, like the hoop, Even from birth, my pops always talk about the pacifier, putting the ball in my crib. And I mean, it started from there. My brother was a real like street ball player. He wasn't really like organized basketball, but he watched it a lot.
Okay.
And I was always around him. And my pops played in the Navy, and then he played D2 in Virginia. So I was always around it, and I just stuck to it. And then being in Brooklyn for a little bit, I don't really say I'm from Brooklyn, but being out there for a little bit, you hear like kids playing all day, so it's kind of hard, like not to
kind of pick that up.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, definitely. That's dope, man. So I was doing my research, getting right, trying to make sure I'm together for this. And man, every article that I come across, you are mentioning Dwayne Pearl Washington. And I just wanted to ask you, what about Pearl's game attracted you the most to him? Why are you such a big fan of Pearl Washington?
Man, he was similar to like what I was trying to be. But later though, I didn't really get footage of him until later. My dad was his friend was like a custodian at 275 in Brownsville.
Okay.
And I played there before, and he came up to us like, yo, this is who you remind me of. So from then on, I was just trying to find as much clips as I can to try to see like how he played, how he was able to score. He was one of the first dudes doing an in and out crossover.
Yeah.
So I was trying like my best to like just take things from him. And I admired it because he kind of looked like me. And there's a lot of players that I admire, but he was one of the dudes that I was like, damn, that kind of looked similar to like what I'm trying to do. So it was.
Okay. So, and that's unique to me because Pearl is an older player, God rest his soul. He was in a different era than us. So you kind of reaching back there is dope,
Yeah, but my dad is like, he loves sports, so we talk about everybody, Quinn Buckner, a lot of old players that's like built like me, so I was able to like see something that worked.
Got you, man. So, during our era playing in Queens, there was so many tough guys coming up. I mean, really the five boroughs, really.
Mm-hmm.
All 5 boroughs, really, it was just tough. But you coming up, who are some of your toughest competitors that you can recall that, you feel like showing them some love, giving them some flowers, maybe,
I mean, it depends what borough you want to go to. I mean, if you go to Brooklyn, you got Malcolm, you got Wayne Turner, you got Anthony Stoops.
Okay.
You got Nunu, Zamal Nixon.
Eugene was tough.
Yeah. Truck was young, but he played up. And he was built like me, so it was tough. Queens, we had Vic. I'm gonna tell you a crazy thing about Vic, man. Vic is one of the reasons I went to Hofstra because he turned it down.
And this is Vic Morris.
Yeah.
Okay.
So once he turned down, he committed, and then something happened, and then they started recruiting me because they was done with recruiting. And then when he decommitted, that's when they started, getting back on the market again. But you got Dwight Hardy, Darryl Crawford, Sean Crawford, Malik, Irv. It was a lot of dudes, and older dudes, Vern, Chris Martin, Calvin, Ray Arnold. It was mad at them. It was a lot.
Well, I ain't heard Chris Martin's name in a long time. Chris was tough.
Chris was one of the toughest. So
yeah, Chris was tough.
There was a lot of them. I mean, I ain't missing nobody. Of course, my big homies, La, Derek Williams. I played with Rob Diaz, running Hustle. So being young, I went to a lot of their practices, and I got cooked a lot. But I got cooked by people that was really out here. So I learned a lot from that. There was a lot of dudes in Queens that I was under.
Of course. Damn, Derek. I forgot about Derek, man. Derek, whew, yeah. Derek was tough, man. So I didn't realize that before you went to Springfield those 3 years, you started at Holy Cross.
Yeah, man.
Why you left there? Why didn't you stay? I know, Holy Cross is a little more recognized, you would say, for basketball than Springfield, but what made you leave there and head over to Springfield?
I mean, to be honest, I couldn't pass a class, bro. For real.
Okay.
The year before, my oldest brother, he died. Okay. So academic, like just life period I was here physically, but mentally my mind was somewhere else. My older brother, like I used to wear his clothes. I wanted to be him. When he went outside, I wanted to be behind him. He used to have me in the backyard dribbling with my head up. Like that's like my guy. And he died at the age of 22. So my world stopped. A lot of us stopped. So when it came to like school, I didn't care.
Wow.
Grades, homework, I was physically sitting in a chair, but as far as like focus, it didn't matter to me. So I kind of knew that halfway through.
You're 14 years old at this time, right? High school,
13,
early high school.
13, bro. I skipped the 3rd grade. Yeah.
That's right.
My mom's in the chat too. Yeah, I skipped the 3rd grade.
Shout out to Ms. Jenkins.
Yeah, I was 13. And I just wasn't focused. So like halfway through the year, I went to Springfield, watched a couple practices, had an idea that I might be there if I didn't get my grades together. Okay. In the second half of the school year, I still wasn't doing what I was supposed to do, and I got kicked out. Wow.
Okay. I mean, that happens, man. Everybody's transition is different. But damn, I didn't realize that tragic time of your life happened right there when you was, going into high school. That's tough. Right. That's tough. God rest his soul. So let's jump back for a second. You had mentioned you got skipped the 3rd grade. So I was reading something, man, and I remember what they were saying. When Charles came in the gym, man, like, we used to think you was a ringer, Charles.
I know.
We used to think you was a lot older than what you was, man. Can you go back to that time and how you was, earning the respect, from guys around the city, even though they thinking, you older than what you are?
I mean, to me, I say my pops was my agent my whole life.
Okay. And
he defended me a lot. So for me, let's say I was 12, but I was in the 9th grade. Okay. So I'm playing. Some days I'll play with 12-year-olds, and other times I'll play with high school. So if you see me play at high school and then you see me play with 12, you think I'm ringing, right?
Right.
But my dad will always have my birth certificate all the time, always. Yo, this is my son. He born 1989. All right, he playing with 88, but he could also play with 99. So, I mean, that's what he always did. He had fun with that. I never really knew how people thought I was ringing, because I just knew that I was playing with my age or my grade. So I wasn't really looking too far in that. As far as respect level, I don't think I got respect in the city until like senior year, maybe.
Okay.
I mean, I flew under the radar. I tried to play for like the bigger teams. I played for the Panthers for a little bit. Mm-hmm. And to be honest, I ain't really like it. I played for Lightning and I ain't like it. Like when there's like a big tournament, it was always like new players pulling up that was better than me, respectfully. They was better and they played. And for me and my dad, like we talk a lot. And he was saying like, if you're not going to develop, you're not out there to make mistakes. Like we got to go somewhere else. And I spent a lot of time like going other places. I tried the Panthers. It didn't work for me. I played for my dad. I tried Lightning. It didn't work for me. And a couple other teams. And I just went. I ended up playing like for the hood teams. I played for Rob Diaz.
Yeah.
And I just went around Queens. Like that's it. I wasn't really jacking like going to all these other tournaments and sitting the bench. I wanted to develop.
You never really stuck to a AAU program, so to say, while you was going through?
Nah, I played for the Broncos. Doc Naselli, rest in peace.
Okay.
So me and him, like him and Smoke coach South Shore. When I played for them, that AAU team, I was with them all the time, and I stuck for 2 years with them. But before, I was just playing like local leagues, Ajax, ISA, and St. Albans. Like I was all over. I was on like 92, 59, like them little leagues I was playing, and I wasn't big in the city like everybody else.
Okay. So, like I said, you wound up leaving Holy Cross. You get over to Springfield. You start bugging out in Springfield. Your senior year, average 21, 7 and 5, all city. You shining, right? When did you realize, I could play on the next level? I could take this game to another level.
Bro, I'd be lying to you if I told you that like I felt that way, because my junior year, right? I'll never forget this. So my junior year, I remember going to ISA and like seeing Edgar Sosa, right? Edgar is the guy my senior year. Nobody touched Edgar.
Definitely.
Nobody. I don't think that. And he committed to Louisville already. He's seen Kirk Hell. He was going to
He was going to UConn.
He was going to UConn. Like, just a lot of players that had their schools already. And I was in the same class, and I'm like, damn, like, I didn't have one school my junior year. Nobody. I was supposed to transfer and go to Brewster. My pops wanted me to go to Brewster, and my best friend right here, he wanted me to go to McKinney in Brooklyn, right? Okay. So at the time, it was frustrating because I'm like, damn, everybody, like, they moving around. They getting ready for the next thing. But at Springfield, it was kind of hard to get, looks from school. So I was really about to give up. My best friend, his name Keith, we went to the college office. They was begging us to fill out the essay, to take the PSATs. And my man is like, yo, I'm not taking the SAT. He said, I'm going to trade school. I'm going to go to school for 13 months, and I'm gonna start working. And for me, I'm like, that makes sense because I'm playing well, but I'm not getting to school. I'm like, I never had a box of letters. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, oh, where am I going to go? I didn't go on no visits, nothing. So I was just like, man, like it might be over. Like, I might as well just go with him. And, his life worked out fine.
Get a job. Wow.
Yeah, he lives an amazing life now. Everything he said he wanted to do, he flourished in it. So that was my mindset until we played my senior year. My man Jason Curry, Big Apple basketball, he put us with in the PSAL versus Catholic school game. Okay. So we had St. Ray's on the list, and St. Ray's is tough. Like Springfield, if you're not even there, like Springfield versus St. Ray's, you see that and you like, what?
Yeah. Yeah,
we supposed to get
you would
punched.
Expect St. Ray's to smoke you.
You know what I mean? To get smoked. And
right.
We had like a chance to win. Like we lost by 2, we lost by 4.
Who's on that St. Ray's team at the time?
They had Truck, they had Gerald Coles.
Okay.
Like that was that team. So we had a chance to win. We were down 2 with the ball, and we missed, and they shot free throws and won by 4. And then after that, that's when I got like Marist, Hofstra. I mean, I don't want to say St. John's because it wasn't like an offer, but I spoke to like Norm a couple of times on the phone. They wanted me to go to prep school and then maybe consider recruiting me, but that was it. You know what I mean? And at the same time, like the Hofstra made sense for me. So it all happened like that, like overnight. Like I went I wanted to be right with my man Keith. There go Keith right there. I wanted to be with Keith, like for real. That's like one of my closest friends too. So that was my thing. And then after that game, that's when like schools, like a few schools started coming, not a lot of schools. So.
Did you ever consider somebody outside of Hofstra? I know you wound up committing it because you said Vic decommitted. Yeah. But was St. John's something that you wanted, but they didn't offer? Where was your mind in terms of other options?
I mean, my mind really wasn't anywhere else, honestly, just because so of course anybody that know me, they know Omar Cook is like one of my favorite players. Okay. I wanted to go to Christ the King and then St. John's, like Omar Cook. Okay. That didn't happen, right? Okay. And like even like on a more personal level, my mom got real sick my senior year of high school. Okay. My mom is a breast cancer survivor, so when it came to like going to prep school and trying to like be away from the crib, that was out. You know what I mean? Like I'm not even jacking going nowhere else. My pop's hard worker. He had 3 jobs at one point. He was barely at the crib like that. Wow. And when my mom's needed me, like I needed to be in driving distance. Like if people don't understand about like breast cancer, it's a lot of like my mom had the discharge that had to be, flushed down the toilet and written down how much fluid she had today. Like I had to, me and my sister, we were there for that. And when it came to school, that was more important than anything. When it came to like the basketball thing, they had 2 senior guards that played a lot of minutes, and they had 1 junior guard that played a lot. So I was like, all right, I could maybe play here because they're gonna be gone my time. But even more, I was 17 going into school. So when they offered me a scholarship, they offered me 5 years. Like, all right, the first year you could sit, learn, and then the next 4 years, like, it's basically gonna be like your team. So I just took that. It made more sense than trying to chase like a big school. It was like, family's close, Hofstra 20 minutes from Queens, and I'm gonna have a chance to play like after I pay homage this 1 year. So it was like a no-brainer.
And I was, first you got to be commended on that, but I'm sure that's old news. But we talking about it right now. So just being able to make that decision, that I guess somewhat of a sacrifice, just to be there for your moms and be the great son that you are. That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's
but my parents was more about academics though.
Okay.
They was all about, I can't leave the crib, got to do your school, especially after I failed out of Holy Cross. Like, you got to do your work. So
Okay.
they were always talking about school, like,
Mm-hmm.
get your education. Like, oh, we don't want to pay for tuition. Like, it was like that. It wasn't like,
Okay.
go to this school because of basketball. It was like, nigga, go to school. You know what I mean? So
Right. Yeah.
that's Carl Krause. That's crazy.
Yeah, call in the house. Call in the house.
Carl Krause, Doc Naselli, man, for real.
Yeah, that's a call play for the Broncos too.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. So I was gonna ask you about that, but I guess I'll flip it a little bit. So you redshirted your first year. I didn't know that, but how much did you learn? Did that redshirt year really prepare you for you to bust on the scene your freshman
I got there 17. I was 17. We had some guards. We had Lawrence Stokes, Antoine Agudio from Long Island, Carlos Rivera, tough Puerto Rican guard. We had Greg Johnson, PlayStation from Harlem. We had Sal Patricio. So it was like people that could go. And I was young and I knew like, all right, I'm gonna have to pay homage. And I learned, like, I got my ass bust a lot, practiced, like cooked.
Okay.
And went home and went back to the room. My roommate, Greg Washington at the time, we used to come back at night, like 10, 11, like get shots up, be ready for practice, because practice was really my game.
Okay.
Obviously, I wasn't playing in the real games, but like I was learning, like, all right. And plus I came raw, like I wasn't going to camps. I ain't really learned the game like that. So when I got to school that year, I got to learn. Like I learned how to step 1-2 to a jump shot. I learned how to read. All right, when somebody go under a screen, how to hedge, the passes to make. I learned all of that year, and I understood. Like, damn, I'm really from like that's why people mess with me. Like I'm from the crib for real. Like like MTA buses. Like I from the street to school. So
definitely. Damn.
I just took that year to learn for real.
And I'm telling you, man, like on the outside looking in, you wouldn't think that you had to get that IQ. You just always came off as a very high IQ player. So for you to say like that transition happened once you went to college, I'm not gonna front. It's a little surprising for me because I've always thought of you as a heady guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like in Springfield, to be honest, like Springfield, the people that played was just people that did good in school. Like anybody that know, like Springfield, like some of the best hoopers that we had, they ain't had no grades.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So people with grades played. So it wasn't really like we were like a powerhouse that got a ton of D1s. Like it was just like, all right, we got these 12 students that's eligible to play, and we gonna just rock like that. So it wasn't a lot of learning. It was more about like, shit, y'all can play. Go ahead, put this jersey on and see what we could do.
It was good. Right. Okay. So you got an opportunity to play for Tom Pecora. He's coached some of the greatest players at Hofstra and at Fordham. What kind of influence did he have on your game? Once you got to that level playing for him.
I had freedom with him. I built a relationship with him early that redshirt year. Okay. Spoke to him a lot. Saw just the kind of offense he ran. It was a guard-oriented offense. It was a perfect fit for me. So I learned a lot. And that summer before my like redshirt freshman year, I was in the gym, bro. Like I went home because home is right there, but
it's up the street.
I was in the gym. I was getting ready. I knew that I had opportunity to help the team from the beginning. So I just took advantage of it, and he had some respect for me, just seeing that I was really focused on trying to help the team my first year, and then that relationship grew for 3 years until he left.
Nice. So that first year, you 15-5. You ran Rookie of the Year in the conference. Those individual accolades that you won your first year, is that validation for you? Like, the work that I'm putting in is being recognized by peers and by the conference, or you like, I'm hungry. I'm still hungry. Like,
yeah, I mean, we just really worked hard at school. Okay. You know what I mean? And even though like we wasn't like nationally recognized, we felt like, shit, we get a chance to play against somebody nice, we gotta be ready. Right. No matter when it was. Like if it was open gym, some dudes came down, like we always wanted to be ready. So when I started to get some accolades, it was more of a testament to like where I've been and like where I feel like where I am right now and where I can go if I keep, playing hard. So
Keep working hard, yeah.
it just made me like, all right, I did this now. But when I went to the award show, like it was a player of the year. It was first team. Like I ain't get none of that. So I was more like, all right, now next year, Antoine's going to graduate. And now hopefully I'm going to get first team next year. Or maybe,
Right. So
player of the year. And all of that happened. And I kept working though. I ain't feed into nothing. I just kept working,
You worked your ass off, bro. So bringing up Antoine Agudio, you were able to surpass 1,000 points your sophomore year. He's another guy that was able to do that too. You two guys were the only guys to do that. Were you chasing him? Was that a a bar that was set?
Yeah.
You like, yo, I'm about to get that? Or what?
I was chasing him. My freshman year, they asked him, could I be his roommate? And they were telling me like, yeah, you got to study Twan. You got to do everything he did. And Twan was like a gifted player. And no like disrespect to him. Twan wasn't really in the gym. He just had it. Like Twan had it, bro. Like Twan could go out all night and play the next day and get buckets, bro. He just had it. So I was like, man, if he could do that, towards halfway through, he wasn't cooking me as much. Like I was getting him back. I was feeling like, man, if I keep working, I could probably like do what he doing or maybe more. And
okay.
I just had that approach, man. Like I really wanted to get him because they was just high on him, and I wanted them to be high on me.
Yeah. When I read that, I was like, that's no coincidence. That's on purpose. Charles, that's on purpose. Charles was chasing something. Yeah. So you rack up so many, individual accolades while you at school. You get 2-time player of the year. You are one of 5 guys, active players, to get their jersey retired while still playing. Like so many different individual accolades while at Hofstra. Is there anyone that sits on your personal mantle that's like, yo, I hold that near and dear, or all of them equally important to you? How you feel about those?
Yeah, I mean, all of them are important, man. The retired jersey, like while I was still playing, had more to do with me as a person. You know what I mean? Like how I was around school. Like I was given the keys to the school for real. Like I was a part of like a lot of things non-basketball related, like the pride, like a lot of things that had to do with like getting more people at games. I was in a subcommittee. Like I was doing a lot of like around campus. So that had to do more with that than it had to do with what I did on the court.
Gotcha.
Just my relationship. Like a lot, I supported every team. Any chance I had to just like do anything around Long Island, I was there. So I think that was more what that was about.
Just establishing yourself in the community as well.
Yeah.
That's dope. So I gotta ask you, bro. Like you said, it was a conscious decision to go to Hofstra, right? That's a conscious decision. Hofstra is mid-major though. That
right.
Division is mid-major. Do you ever feel like, damn, I gotta get to a higher level? Maybe I'll do 2 years here and I transfer. Is that ever a thought?
Never. No. I mean, the opportunity for me to transfer happened when Tom Pecora, he went to Fordham. Okay. But how I was feeling like, why, wherever coach comes, he gotta adjust to me because I've been like the guy for so long. So why go to another school and start over, like, and join a big team for what? And from my past, I never had success in bigger programs, so I was comfortable in where I was. I knew my teammates. I knew who was coming in. I had a little control on like the recruitment, like what players that was coming in. So I was like, where am I going? Like, and plus I was ready to graduate in that December. So I was really like, I'm good. Like I'm good here. I'm not chasing like a big school at all. Okay. And we played big schools, and that was like, for me, this is like how I looked at it. If I got the green light, right, and we gonna play against a big school. Right. Where else do I need to go? Like I could shoot almost every time and get like cool numbers against like top top teams, and that happened. Like that happened like almost every time we play somebody. So I was like, I'm good. I wasn't chasing nothing else.
Yeah, why jam that up? Go play somewhere else. There's 3-4 other guys,
Yeah.
pecking order, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So, at what point at Hofstra do you get word, or do you feel like, damn, I could play on the NBA level? Like I could take what I'm doing here and actually be effective in the NBA game.
My junior year. My agent now, I met him. Well, he met my family.
Okay.
And we talked a little bit like through the season, and he had like some like sound advice.
Mm-hmm.
And I went and met with him in the summertime. We talked a little bit.
Okay.
I never signed with him. I just had like a little small relationship with him. And I was like, man, like if he got all these clients and that's what he see, I mean, shit, he might, be onto something. And I had that, and I got a real good support group around me, like honest people who feel like, every time I was high and thinking I was somebody, it was always somebody in my circle like, nah, keep working, you good, you're not ready, giving me something to work towards. And I think that was like, when I stopped hearing them calming me down, that's when I was like, all right, maybe I do got a chance. And then I continued to work, and I had some real good big homies, man. Like I listened to a lot of older dudes, Royal Ivy,
Okay.
Speedy was my big dog, man. Like I'll never forget, me and my man Nat, we went to Speedy's house. He just built his mansion.
Okay.
And he was like fixing the lights. It was like a light going from the ground, and it was tightening up on his own. And he was like staring at us while he was like putting his mansion together. And he was like, damn, this crib make y'all want to go to the gym, right? This is what you get if you work hard. And I was like, man, like that was like something to work for. Like, man, he came down, he gave advice when he can, he looked out for us a lot.
Okay. I was curious to know what your relationship
is.
Yeah,
I worked at Royal Ivy camp, got a chance to like pick his brain, and he was telling me like, whatever you do on the court, like whatever your thing is on the court, you just make sure you maximize that. Like if you're a shooter, shoot, make it. When you open, make it. Like if you're a drive every time, get to the basket, get fouled, or score. Like I was like really like thinking about that. And when I went to the gym, I was trying to like find my spots. I mean, I worked out with Ben Gordon one time when I was a junior.
Okay.
Kind of changed my whole like approach on the game, just because Ben is like the most, like, this probably sound like cliche, but like the hardest working dude I ever seen in my life.
Okay.
Like me and Ben did a full court. We play. It's like a full court shooting drill we did. It was like you run, it's a rebound on both baskets. You run, rip, step back, all of these, right? Ben going full speed whole time till he exhausted.
Game motion.
Game motion, hands on his knees, breathing hard. Shot his 2 free throws, got water, came back, and I'm done. My legs cooked, everything. Came back, and he's like, all right, let's play one-on-one now.
He ready. He's still ready. Okay.
Ready.
Yeah.
So like just seeing, I'm like, damn, like he in the league, and Ben is different. So like the fact that like I was like picking his brain and being around like a lot of big homies, my man Jay Hernandez.
Okay.
I was just getting a lot of information, and I was like going back to my room, like replaying the whole conversation, asking questions when I saw them again, and just trying to like emulate whatever they was telling me.
That's good. I'm glad you had people around you that's honest with you.
Man. Lionel Jones too. Lionel Jones in high school, that was my big homie, man.
Oh, Lionel, that's my guy.
That's a fact.
Yeah. That's what's up. That's what's up. So yesterday's funny. Yesterday was June 23rd. So yesterday marks 10 years since the night you got drafted, right? 44th overall pick to the Golden State Warriors. Can you bring me back to that night? Get your name called by Adam Silver, realize you're going to Golden State. What's that feeling like? Where's your mind at?
Man, it was stressful, man. Like, I worked off of 15 teams. Okay. I was gone for a month and a half, barely saw my family, but it was fun because I was getting an opportunity to like showcase my talent or whatever. And I had some thoughts of where I thought I was going, and my dad was spending his money buying mock drafts from all over the place, and he was telling me where I was going and where he wanted me to go.
Okay.
But the amount of pressure that I had that time, because like I had my friends, I had my sister, my brother-in-law, who was like another one of my agents at that time, like just trying to get me out there as much as he can, just word of mouth. And a lot of people that my man Nat, like it was a lot of us in the room that felt different, like had different emotions, but it was all coming out. Like every time somebody got picked and it wasn't me, it was like a wave of emotion going through. Like me, I got, all right, this is where I want to go. I know I ain't work out for this team, so I'm cool. My mom is like getting a little impatient, but being a mom, like, you know, caretaker,
okay.
supporting me. My sister doing the same. My best friend is like getting upset because he feel I'm better than everybody. He think I should have won.
Right.
My man Nat is there like, what, him? How? You could beat him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like
Okay.
a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure around the room. And I'm trying to stay poised and not show too much emotion that I'm frustrated.
Okay.
And at the same time, I'm trying to like feel my like live emotions at the same time. So it was a lot going on. When we got to the 40s, where I thought I was gonna go. I mean, I thought I was gonna go to Detroit.
Okay.
Because I worked out really good for them, and I thought I was gonna go to Charlotte because I didn't miss one time, and none of the one-on-ones I won everything. So I thought I was going there or Detroit because Detroit said if I'm around in the second round, it's gonna be Christmas in Detroit.
Okay.
But they took Brandon when they took Brandon Knight. I was like, that's a guard, so it's not gonna make sense for me to go there. But when the 40s came, I was just like, damn, like all right, what I'm gonna do because I didn't work out for Golden State. Like I saw them, I met with them.
Okay.
But I ain't see them. Look at Marcus Cox. Marcus Cox too. Marcus Cox was tough.
Marcus in the house. Burn in the house.
And Vern. Yo, Vern. Let me tell you this quick thing about Vern. Yo, I met Vern at 59. I was like 9. Vern woke up to me. He had on the red and black 13s, and he said, "Yo, you want to play me one-on-one?"
And
he took me to the back of 59 and cooked me. I swear to God that happened.
That's the old rim. They
cleaned
up 59 now.
It's a fact.
Yeah, that's the old rim.
But I didn't think I was going to go to State. So once like 43 to Lakers, I knew I wasn't going to the Lakers. Like Mitch Kupchak looked at me like when I met him, like, yeah, right. So when 44 came, I was already like texting my agent, like, yeah, you a liar, you know, like none of this happened. I ain't listening to you, you know what I mean? Like you a liar. I'm not getting drafted, blah, blah. Okay. And then 44 came, he called me. He was like, make them pay. You know, they got to believe, da-da-da. And I just like hung up the phone, just started looking at the TV. All my family was still with the same emotion. And then when they said my name, like the room just went crazy.
I was watching that night, bro. I remember that shit. I think the whole borough went nuts when they heard your name, man. We was hyped. We was hyped. So you get drafted by the Warriors, but that's before that whole run, they whole dynasty. But that's Mark Jackson's first year. Talk to me about playing for him. What was that experience like?
I mean, it was cool, honestly. He a Queens dude, so he used to say, you know, a lot of stuff or like bring up like a lot of shit from like just the crib. Like he'll be talking about Linden, like a lot of crib stuff. So he was like a friend, like in the beginning, but when it came to like playing, when I always used to sing a song to him, like, yeah, whenever you call me, I'm gonna be there. Like if you need me to get out there from 0.5, bro, like I'm not supposed to be here.
Yeah.
It's a blessing that I had the chance to go there. So I was like 0.5 on the clock, put me in the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He did that. Like whenever it was like an opportunity for me to showcase my talent. I mean, he put me out there. And you know, when Steph got hurt, I played a lot my first year. And that was like all the testing him just like believing in me, and I was working hard. Like I was in the gym a lot when I was there too, trying to prove myself. So I got an amazing opportunity like playing for him.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. So they like I said, that's Mark's first year there. They kind of building the culture, getting things established there. You a rookie.
Yeah.
Who's some of the vets that kind of like threw you under the wing and kind of helped you get acclimated to that NBA life?
Darrell Wright, that was my vet. I met Darrell in Queens. There was a school in Queens, Christopher Robbins. Like for anybody that needed their grades
it ain't here no more.
put together, a lot of hoopers was in Christopher Robbins. So when I got kicked out of Cross, like I was there. There was a lot of us in there. And D Wright was one, and he remembered me. So like once I got there, he was like yo, you my
Charles,
my rookie.
Let me jump in real fast. Darrell Wright was at Christopher Robbins?
Yeah, he played for like the Gauchos on IS8. and he needed to get his grades together, so he went there. It was me, him, Cliffy, Shard Clark.
Okay.
We was all in there trying to get our grades together for real.
Wow, you just said some names, man. Cliff Clinkscales and Rashawn Clark. Wow. Okay.
Right.
And they were all at St. Christopher Robin.
Yeah,
that was
summer
right
school.
On Merritt. That was right on
Yeah,
the
summer
corner.
school. Yeah, he was there. He was there all
It had
day.
like one classroom, right?
One
like,
classroom, bro. It was like 10 of us in there, all hoopers trying to get their grades together.
I'll never forget that school. Never forget that school. That's crazy. That's crazy. So your first game is Christmas Day 2011 against the Clippers.
Clippers, yeah.
Right. So I don't know if that is when it happened, but what's your welcome to NBA moment? What's the moment you realize like, oh shit, I'm on the level. Like I'm on this stage.
Like when you say welcome to the NBA moment, you like somebody like got off like against me, or
I mean, so when you get to that stage, it's got to be kind of surreal. It got to kind of be like, damn, I'm here. When did you realize like I'm really on this level? I'm playing with some guys. This is a different level than anywhere else I played.
I mean, like in the beginning, I wasn't playing.
Okay.
So I ain't really have a welcome to the NBA moment until Steph got hurt, and then I was starting.
Okay.
So then it changed. Like, all right, I'm not playing. I gotta stay extra, work out, play ones, try to stay ready, and not knowing when the opportunity come. And then Steph got hurt, and it was like, all right, you ready, right?
Yeah.
And I was against the Lakers.
Oh wow. Okay.
Like a TNT game against the Lakers, and I'm like, all right, let's see. I'm here. Like, let's see. Like when I got out there, like seeing like Kobe and like just like that LA atmosphere was kind of like, all right, this is way different. Like this is something. This atmosphere is a little different.
A little different. Yeah, I'm sure that whole LA. And then you said Bean. I forgot. At that time, Bean is still
Bean, yeah, like real, yeah.
Yeah.
In shape, Bean, yeah.
Yeah. So you start playing more. There's a game in March of 2012 where you really get off on Portland. Had like a career high 27 points. That game, shoot the ball well from the field. Do you remember that game? Do you remember the zone, the flow that you was in that game? Why you were so successful against that team?
Nah, man, I remember Steph Curry, before the game.
Okay.
Before the game, Steph came up to me because Nate Robinson had like a leg injury.
Okay.
And Steph came up to me. He was like, "Look around." He says, "No guards that can play tonight but you." He was like, "So if you make a mistake and they take you out, it's not going to be much longer before you back in the game. So play aggressive." And I was like, looking around, and there wasn't another point guard.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, like let's be aggressive. And everything was falling. Like I was super locked in. Like everything was falling that game. So it made sense though, because normally, like as a rookie, like you want to be yourself, but you also don't want to make mistakes and come out the game. Right. Especially for me, because it wasn't like a for sure thing that I played every time. So when I did make mistakes, I'd be looking at the bench like, damn, I might be coming out. You know what I'm saying? So that time, like when I made a mistake and I looked, it was nobody there. Then I was like, all right, now like I get the hoop for real. So
you could be a little more comfortable playing.
I was more comfortable. My teammates was giving me more confidence. D-Wright was out there hyping me up. So
yeah. That's dope. That's crazy. That's crazy. So you always been a big guard. Like you always been a big body motherfucker, like always. But you've said throughout your lifetime that there have been guys to kind of get off on you. You know what I mean? To you had to really work. When you got to the NBA, your toughest cover for that time when you was in the league, who was the guy you in front of you like, damn, I can't do nothing with this cat?
I mean, Deron Williams.
Oh shit. Okay.
Chris Paul and Deron Williams was like, that was it for me. Because The first time I played against Deron Williams, I had 3 fouls, probably like 4 minutes. I was sitting. Second time, I was like, all right. And I had 19 and 12, and he didn't play that well offensively, right? Okay. So in my head, I'm like, damn, I'm busting his ass. And that's like, he's another one, like, that's my guy. But we ended up losing. I missed a shot at the end to win the game. And I went back to the crib, and he had 9 points, 20 assists, and they beat us. Damn. Chris Paul was cooking me, bro. Cooking me, and he was giving me advice.
Talking to you while he's
like after he picked me twice, right? Mm-hmm. And like I fouled him or whatever, and he was like, yeah, you telegraphing your passes. That's how I know. Like, yeah, like if you're gonna do this, like go this way, then come off like that. He was on it like that, you know what I'm saying? But he was cooking me, so I'm kind of like, come on, my G. Like I don't want to hear that right now. But it was sound advice. But it was the wrong time because he was getting off for real.
Got you. Because you trying your best. You working hard. You out there getting after it. He's doing his thing and shooting you advice. Yeah. That's crazy. So after the Golden State time, you spent some time in Philly, but it's short, right? Mm-hmm. Did you enjoy that experience over there? I mean, it was short, but you can be honest. Did you enjoy that experience over there? Or,
can you talk about I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. If my barber is in the live too. That was the most depressed I ever been in my career.
Wow.
From Golden State, the summer before. So the summer before, I needed to be on the team up until like August something.
Okay.
So my contract could be guaranteed. Okay. And Steph's so real. That's why I go to bat for Steph. He knew that I needed like to be on the roster to be on the team next year by like a certain time. So he spoke to the GM, got them to fly me to Charlotte to work out with him for a weekend. And when I came back, my contract was guaranteed for the year. Wow. And plus, he was healthy. The team, I saw the direction the team was going into, so I was more like, I want to be a part of this. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But then when I got traded, I was like, damn, like now I'm going somewhere else where I'm not familiar, and I gotta like start over again. So I got to Philly, and I was, bro, I swear, like when I got there, it was like the first day of school. Like I had to stand up, like, hi, I'm Charles. Like, thanks for having me here, whatever. And I sat down, and I didn't play the first month.
Okay.
And now I'm closer to home, so now people from the crib is pulling up.
Yeah,
like, I got the town in my hotel, and like the hard thing about like having people that care about you around is they like kind of like in your ear sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, you should be out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in reality, I wasn't. Right. So like my mentality was like, man, like, am I ever gonna play? Like I wasn't playing. I was sitting on the bench for like the first like month and a half. So what I was doing, like,
who was that? That's Drew
Holiday. Yeah, like it was people that was nice though. It wasn't like respectfully. Like it wasn't nobody trash or whatever. But I was depressed. Like I would be in Queens. Like if we had a day off, because days off there at the time would meant nobody was in the gym.
Oh, you would head back to the crib.
Yeah, I would be, bro. If I knew we had a day off because nobody was in the gym, I'd get on a train, take the train to the city, hit my barber. Sometimes go to his crib, chill in the barber shop on Linden. I wasn't going home because my parents would be like, "Why are you home?" You know what I mean? But I was so stressed.
I think you got the same barber, Khalid.
Yeah, that's my son. Yeah,
that's my guy. I think he's in here right now. That's my guy.
Yeah. Like I used to be with him all the time, like chopping it with him.
Yeah.
Instead of like being like, in Philly, like getting ready for like the game, like I was so mentally like gone because like the NBA is about your opportunity. Like for some people that get the opportunity, they flourish. Yeah. But there's a lot of people that don't get the opportunity, and it's hard. Like it's hard to like imagine like a boxer, right? Like you a boxer and you in the gym practicing, you on the mids, you jump a rope, you in shape, you ready, and you never get a fight.
Never get to show your skills, show your hands.
Never. You can't hit nobody. You know what I mean? So like just knowing like how hard I worked and knowing that all your life they tell you work hard, your opportunity is gonna come. I mean, there's also people that the opportunity never came for. Unfortunately, that happened for me in Philly, and that was like kind of like the end of it for me because I was like, man, I'm not even mentally tough enough to withstand this for that long. Like just the level of uncertainty.
Yeah.
It was messing with me mentally. Like all my life, like I needed to know. Like if you think I'm trash, like coaches, like when I played for Long Island Lightning, coach to my pops, he trash.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good with that because I
Yeah.
know now I'm not here faking. Like I know that's how you feel. Now I could go somewhere else. But like when you just uncertain like how somebody feel and they still like being professional around you, it was mind blowing to me. So I was like, man, I know like it's over for me.
Wow. So obviously that's disappointing. Not being able, somewhat disappointing. Not being able to stay in the NBA. But you've played and still currently play, overseas. Have turned that into a extremely successful career playing overseas the last 8 years and stuff like that. Have won so many different championships, individual awards and stuff like that. I always ask, guys to give me the opportunity to talk to them. What's the best part about playing overseas? And then what's the worst part about playing overseas?
For me, the best part is playing.
Okay, that's fair.
Just from, I mean, I've been I've been doubted for a while as far as what can I do, like at like the next level from high school. Doubted. I remember I was All-City and they copied and pasted the wrong like information under my name.
Okay.
Like I don't forget that. You know what I'm saying? Like in college, like saying like, you're just gonna be a good college player. So the fact that I got the opportunity to play pro anytime I'm on the floor, it's a blessing because shit, who knows where my life would have been if Vic Morris would have took that scholarship. You know what I'm saying? So I think about that. The good part is like just playing, just being able to play and wake up and compete.
Yeah.
The bad part is just not being home. One time I was in Russia and my sister texted me to the game like, don't be nervous, but we on the way to the hospital with mom.
Damn.
And I'm a mama's boy. Like my mom is like my everything. You know what I'm saying?
I'm the same way.
I'm playing, like I'm in the game playing. I'm in the game playing. But in my mind, I'm thinking like, yo, like what's up with my mom's?
Of course.
You know what I mean? Like that was like the hardest thing I ever experienced, just because like that's my everything. If something happened, it's over.
Of course.
You know what I mean? So like I remember giving my teammate my phone, and I told him like, yo, when you see Ella across this screen, like stand up, because I will walk off this court like it's nothing more important than that. And my sister didn't end up like calling me till later. So the majority of the game, bro, that's all I was thinking about was like,
damn,
what's going on with my mom's.
Okay.
You can't leave. Like when you're overseas, when you leave in August, you're not coming back home till June. It's over.
To the next year, to the end of the year. Damn. Okay. So that distance, especially being overseas, you're not, mom's not in Queens and you over here in Cali. No, you in Serbia. No, you in,
Russia.
So, Russia. Yeah. Wow. So I got one last question for you, brother. Again, I appreciate this so much, for real, for just taking some time out to do this with me. But you're a guy that's persevered. You're a guy that, like you said, coming out of high school, not highly touted. Schools are not beating down your door to offer you a scholarship. You get to the NBA, you have to make a name for yourself, earn your minutes, all this kind of stuff. There's some other guys that are kind of walking that same path that you're walking right now. Now, you already towards the end, not towards the end, but you've already, spent some time doing this. I'm always curious to know what kind of information, what kind of advice are you giving guys that's coming behind you, saying, yo, Charles, how I get to where you at? How do I obtain what you have obtained?
I mean, I think now, like in today's game, attention is more important than anything.
Okay.
Right. So a lot of players are posting highlights, their best moments, everybody, the best thing you did on the court, you posting that. That creates a lot of pressure for you. Okay. You know what I mean? Like there's also lowlights. There's a couple times where you missed that layup.
Yeah.
Somebody cooked you. You know what I mean? So I feel like today the most advice I could give to somebody is about just staying 10 toes down, man. Like understand that you're allowed to make mistakes. The pressure is not high. Like, for some reason, especially like in New York, I think the pressure for you to be good right now is so high that people are forgetting that, bro, like, you can develop over time.
You got some time to get good. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like what's better? Like, what's better for real? What's better? That the chicken that you put in the microwave, or the shit that your mom's that marinate overnight and she cook it with the rice?
Talk about
the
it.
same thing.
Talk
like,
about
it's
it.
cool. Like, it's okay. Like, you don't got to be nice right now.
Yeah.
Majority of the time, the dude that's nice right now, he got his head in the clouds. He stay at that level, and people pass him.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all right. It's all right to fail. Like, I failed a lot in my life, bro. I failed, and I stayed in it. Like, all right, I failed. That's cool. And then now I'm back. Like, I'm all right. Next year, all right. You said that about me. All right. Wait till next year.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna see you. Yeah. Just like that's the park, but people don't play in the park no more. That's the
other
thing
too. Kids don't
like in the park. Like when you
in
the park when you lost a game in the park, you was like, I got next. I'm back on.
Next.
Like,
yeah.
It's all right to have next. It's all right to have a big homie, bro. Like, listen to your old heads. I wish Lionel Jones could see this. Like, Lionel Jones, like that was my big homie. Like, when I was in Albany with him, like, he had the deck of cards. We was doing push-ups. I used to like watch his game, like how tough he was, how he be talking shit to everybody. So like,
Lionel is such
my biggest advice that I could give to people, man, just since the world is like all about attention, right? So my coach always said attention is like cologne. Too much is okay. I mean, he said, what he say? He said attention is like cologne. A little bit is nice. Too much isn't. And he said if you drink it, it's poison. Wow. That's what's going on in the game. I feel like if you just know who you are, you stand tall, bro. Like everybody got a chance, and not just hoop though. It's more to life than just hoop. That's like the business side too. Like, if there's something that you're passionate about, nobody want to see you do better than them. So as long as you got a circle that's like tight and supportive, I think, you know, the sky's the limit for almost anybody, for real.
Yo, that's you answered that question better than I expected, bro.
Well, I talk a lot, bro. I talk a lot, man. I thought I was gonna have a Haran treatment.
Nah, but I'm so grateful for this, bro. Like I told you, you know, this conversation between me and you was something that I was looking forward to. I'm just thankful and grateful that you know, took some time out of your day to do this with me, man. I'm trying to grow this thing. I'm trying to build this thing. So
yo, listen, you know, man. I'm all about like helping people, bro. That's why I tell you, when you wrote me on here, I gave you my number, bro. Hit me in real life. Like, I don't know. Like,
you told me immediately to hit you, and then we called and we had a conversation. And so I'm gonna be honest with you. You're the first person to do that. I've been communicating with guys, and guys want to talk via the Instagram. You are the first person to say, yo, call me. And we called and we talked, and I'm grateful for that. I appreciate that, bro.
Man,
so
anytime, man, you call my phone, for real.
Yeah,
you know
I appreciate that so much. Charles, this was great, bro. This was great. I hope we could do this again at some point.
Yeah, just bro, call me in real life though. The internet is the Sims, bro. The internet is the Sims. You can call me in real life, man.
I will do that. I will do that, brother. Thank you so much for doing this with me, man.
All right,
appreciate
bro.
it. Yep. I'll at you. Appreciate y'all for jumping in with me, y'all. Episode 37. That's a wrap. Charles Jenkins. This will be up and posted momentarily. Again, like, share, comment, save this episode once I post it, y'all. I really, really appreciate everybody that has been supporting me thus far. I'm going to keep going. It's going to be consistent. I'm going to keep the conversations going, and I'm going to keep this platform growing. Y'all be patient and continue to rock with me. I love y'all. It's Flea. I'm out of here.